Hey. What's the deal, y'all? It's the boy Neptune the Goon. I know y'all ain't heard from me in a couple days. I've been doing my little thing. Got a little barbecue business and stuff like that, but I always find time to get back. And most of the time when I'm gone, I be trying to get my information and my research right before I speak on anything. But today's topic is the 4 extra. You know what I mean? The X4. How everybody boomed to success. You know what I mean? As soon as you boom to the internet, the next thing you know, you be taking off your pedestal, depending on your actions, depending on the way you living, depending on the hate or whatever you got going on the internet. People pick a side, choose a side over anything. They don't like your last interview, or you know what I mean. You a certain gang member from somewhere. Look, LA is a whole lot of different tribes, bro. And one thing for sure and two things for certain, man. Everybody from somewhere. Either it's a female, male or female, don't matter. Everybody grew up from somewhere and everybody knows somebody. But I'm tripping out how everybody all of a sudden into this 4 extra and X4. But like I said, I'm a little bit older than everybody, you know what I mean? And I can only speak on what was going on beforehand, before all these Hollywood dudes. You feel me? Because that's what I call them now. Now, you got people talking about people ain't really from their hood and they the mascots and this and that. You got Spody Face, who I got to talking to with my homeboy today. Spody Face, man, he was like, remember you end up squabbling him? It was Donut from Fody's, Tank, and Turtle. And he was like, hey, you remember Brody, I think he was like, his name was Turtle. I think his name's Sporty Face right now. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, he looked a little bit different from back in the day, because I think we squabbled in like Z. I was on my way to football camp, but Tubbs had to, he hadn't came and checked me out yet. It was just from my judge, like they had put in for me to go to a football camp, but it wasn't certified yet. And I was still with the, tomfoolery in the halls. Like I said, me and Baby Bogart, we was at M&N, and we was in there stealing shoes. Like I used to have so many shoes, and then like I said, I was a little Inglewood baby, so I was a little bit spoiled. So I was getting brand new black Chucks, the tie top ones with the black laces. You know what I mean? Fat black laces. Sneak in a couple Starbursts and Skittles and stuff like that, hair grease and stuff like that. When I had the waves and stuff like that, I said, man, them was the days. But yeah, I had ended up squabbling Turtle in the damn shower. Like I said, like these niggas got different names and stuff now. Like I said, it's been so long. But yeah, they said Turtle, aka is Spody Face, and they said the real Spody Face is the one that's R.I.P. So I was like, yeah. They was like, yeah. It was like a whole little issue, that's crip business and stuff like that. And like I said, if it ain't brought to the internet, I'ma stop saying a gang of names. You know what I mean? Unless I really did that with you. I gotta start holding myself to a higher standard. You know what I mean? Because people take words you say and they'll make it seem like it's something else you said. You know what I mean? So if you ain't live and direct with your fan base, then you know what I mean. Don't just leave something out there for somebody to ponder, because that's when the next YouTube information, I call them information man, news information man, come up with their own narratives and stories. Like it's funny, like how I be seeing a lot of these LA podcasters. They always like talking about what happened in hoods. They got all this paperwork and backup paperwork from clippings from all type of different little outlets, whether it be the news or a newspaper clipping. I'm trying to figure like, how did these dudes get their hands on this raw footage? Because I know for a fact when I went to when I went to trial, for a fact, nigga, they ain't giving out that damn paperwork, nigga. Like, I don't care if it's public information or not, nigga. They ain't finna give you no video of somebody stretched out and bust on, and you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. They don't do none of that. They even blur it out sometimes when it come to court. You know what I mean? Unless the people in the 12 jurors in the box want to see, you know, in depth, because you got some people like that. You know what I mean? Like, you got people that what you think is gruesome, they ain't nothing. They a butcher. They a butcher 9 to 5. So whatever you talking about really ain't about nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I had a juror one time said, before he could start trial, he stood up and said, I've been fighting with myself to where, you know, I just can't understand why a person, this was people was first getting tats on the face. He said, I can't understand why people get tattoos on their face, and for that it just shows a lack of intelligence and this and that, and I wouldn't be able to judge him rightly with, you know, this. And they kicked him out. We put somebody else in. But all that to say this, when I was doing my time, it was 4-leaf. 4-leaf was doing all that. Like I said, like I told the world, I came to the world about the peanut butter stuff. Bro, I ain't lying about that. That nigga 4-leaf, like I said, if the world or he don't want to admit it, he fighting cases or he trying to come home. Because you know he fighting that time. So when you fighting that time, you're not going to be like, yeah, I did it because it's Adam 22. Like, Adam, no jumper, the feds is watching. Every time you watch Adam 22, ain't it about, and when he stay on like over an hour or something like that, you got like 4,500 people watching for like 2-3 hours straight babbling. And they babbling about nothing. And as I see him, Lush, and Brick Baby, oh man, that's the messiest Super Bowl you could have. You got two niggas that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but then you got they got people numbered to where they calling in and checking their draws. Like I seen today, little Matavia dude came in and checked Lush. Like, come on, man, y'all got goofies up there, and it's 4,500 people that watch these fools, man, straight, and believe in them. And Adam, most of the time, don't even know what's going on. Adam gets debriefed before he goes to a show. He don't even know half these dudes and what's going on. So, like I said, 4-leaf was the beast before anything. But even before that, at my age, 40, it was Alibaba. Yeah, Alibaba from Neighborhood 60s. The boxer. I'm talking about KOing niggas, doing niggas bad, the peanut butter stuff before a 4-leaf. Jelly on niggas, tying niggas up to the bars like Jesus Christ. Yeah, Alibaba. I seen him tie a nigga up to the bars while I was going to court. And it was about like, it was him, and I think it was like some other niggas from Watts. I want to say PJs, like I said, you know what I mean? And I was a drink man. I was there like 2 weeks. But when I first got up in there, I had to get down with, I forgot who it was. But they told me like this, it was like 2,400. They told me, hey, now we gonna tell you like this a neighborhood dorm. And you say you from Inglewood, right? I said, yeah. They said, yeah, the homies told us. Which Inglewood you from? I said, I'm from Queen Street. They was like, oh, yeah. Because if you was from IF, we was going to do you bad. I was like, what the fuck that mean? He was like, you from Queen Street though, right? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you like this. If you say you from Queen Street, you know your homie Lil Menace up here? I said, yeah, Lil Menace. Yeah, we the same age. We grew up together. He was like, all right. If we go ask Cuz right now, he say he don't know you, we already know he bust on shit, because he try to bust down one of the homies, but we like that little nigga, he with the business. Y'all just, you know, y'all hood ain't with family, so we ain't on that with y'all like that. But yeah, nigga, if he tell us you ain't from where you from, nigga, we gonna run you up in here, and we gonna take your stuff. So I looked at these niggas like, what? I said, all right, for sure. So then they bounce out, they close the little laundry room. So then, say like, maybe like 5-10 minutes later, the police open the door for the niggas. It's like me and 3 other niggas, but these niggas ain't with no action. So yeah, they open up the thing, and Alibaba come up in there with like 3-4 more niggas. So I immediately get in the corner of this the laundry room, like way in the back, and I put my my little green snap bag that hold all your vittles from canteen, and I put that behind me. And I squabbled like 2 niggas because he was like, yeah, your homie said you really from there. And then he was telling me like Donut was downstairs or upstairs or some shit like that. But yeah, nigga, that nigga Ali Bob, like, man, he did so much worse than Foley, bro. It's like anything you could think of. Like I said, he had a dude tied up to the thing like Jesus Christ on the bars. They was slapping his ass with the they call them chanclas. That's what the Southsiders was calling up in there. The chanclas. That's the flip-flops. Yeah, broski was up in there smacking niggas ass, tied up, bro. I seen a niggas hog tied in the bed, nigga, for hours, nigga. Shit. I done seen everything, bro. I done seen them make niggas boo-boo out the stuff when they come in from jail. Like, I remember a nigga named, I know who they did like that. It was a nigga named Chuck or Chucky. He was from 20s. He was from 20s. Yeah, he was like 20s or something like that. And he had like the little Indian on his neck. All I know is do the thing. Man, they was beating that nigga ass when he first came in, Chucky B. They was beating that nigga. It was me, Bull Rock from PDL. They know it's true. We heard that nigga screaming through the motherfucking, through the vents. And he was like downstairs, like down on another floor. Yeah, he was on another floor. You could hear it through the vents, broski. And we didn't know who he was at first. We just heard a nigga screaming. And then as the days went on, we found out it was Chucky and shit. Niggas ran them niggas up in there. I'm talking about ran. I think B-Rock from Rolling 20 Bloods ended up coming in there, a tall nigga. I think he was like BLUBN or something like that. Brandon Stubblefield or something like that. Yeah, he was a generation older than me. I remember we in there wrestling and turned up into squabbing and shit like that. So yeah. B-Rock, rest in peace. Yeah, but yeah, that's when the Ali Bobs was there and shit like that, bro. Like, that shit was. And then my nigga Smudley from 7-4 came up in there, and I knew him from the halls, broski. Man, they came up in there. They tried to tell him, like, come to the laundry room, you gonna get your issue. Whoa. So Smudley was like, he told, it was me, him, and I think it was Baby Bogart in the cell, and yeah, we told all the homies, Tiny Bull Rock, T-Dog from Bounty Hunters. Yeah, we all had the little Mexican and black, like, nigga. We all came out there, Tiny Bull Rock, we all came out there and made sure a nigga got head up phase, made sure niggas didn't jump them. Like, when we started getting up in there, it was straight, though, you know what I mean? Like, it was a different era then, like, it wasn't that, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, it wasn't even, like, linking up. We were just like, bro, you doing too much, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, the older generation before us was the booty bandits. You know what I mean? Like, they was the one taking stuff and talking about, yeah, this gangster. We was like, nah, nigga, that ain't that. But they, back in the day, you know what I mean? And the only reason why they stopped that in the penitentiary is because of the Muslims. Thank Allah for the Muslims. That's the only reason why booty bandits can't run up in there and be doing the cheek thing to today. The Muslims stopped that. So if niggas want to talk about all that, you know, LGBTQSHI element of peace stuff, yes, they the reason why it stopped in prison. And they still holding it down today. Because if they find out you in there taking it, nigga, it's bad for you. And that's a fact. So like I said, today we talking about 4-leaf, 4 extra, and the hot spot on the 40s. Like, I can't even lie, you know what I mean? Everybody get their turn. Everybody get their turn, just like rap. First is the West Coast, then it go to down south. Now it's the Midwest, Chicago. And now, you know what I mean? And everybody saying Kendrick trying to bring it back, but Kendrick's one man. Kendrick got all those trophies because he's holding it down for the coast. Like, coast to coast, they was playing that song. You know what I mean? So, we're going to get into this reaction. But you know I always got to come with an intro because I came in kick though. So even when I leave with the outro, it's going to be a kick though. I came to the internet kick doing and putting things in perspective and telling the real, which brought people shame and brought me up here to speak before you today. So we're going to get into this and we're going to see what's going on. Neptune the Goon, Say Less Moments TV. Get with it.
Even smokers and stragglers.
Rap news, street politics. Shout out.
This is what we're talking about when we talk about the situation between 4 Extra and X4. Every hood got these internal beefs and internal conflicts in them. Not just the 40s, but with the 40s having one of the biggest names right now, as of today.
And one thing about the 40s is like the 60s with Brick Baby. It's a lot of people from 60s, but it's a whole lot of different branches of 60s. You see what I mean? So all that to say, like, I'm 400 block. Then we got the Deuce 100 block. Then we got the Tramp 100 block, which is the 300. Then we got the 5, the Bigs. You know what I mean? So yes, we all from the same hood, but you still got them little cliques and crews inside of the hood. And sometimes niggas be having tricky dance moves, broski.
The tip of everybody's tongue. These internal conflicts are being magnified. But this is what happens when you blow up this fast. The 40s to the entertainment world are blowing up extremely fast. In the last couple...
Just like I said in my intro, I'm beefing with a so-called beef with one of my homeboys. But how am I beef with somebody that I never seen? You know what I mean? How can you beef with somebody? But that's what they trying to say with X4. Like, he don't really be out there like that. But everybody try to smut somebody to try to make it seem like it ain't what it is. But sometimes the truth be the truth. So you got to decipher by listening to several sides of a person before you make your judgment. Because making your judgment based on one side, you will always be wrong. Facts.
They got a lot of shit coming out their section. And rightfully so, a lot of these dudes are presentable to the masses. For Extra's like the new C-Mac to the internet. They love that dude. X4 was going crazy. Spody Face, Hoodie Hood, Backstreet.
See, Spody Face, a.k.a. Turtle. Turtle from 40s on everything. Shout out. So with my nigga Donut and Tank, though.
Probably had the hardest song I heard since that Not a Regular Crab by Tunechi.
And he from Blocks. You know what I mean? That's over there more like my area in the hundreds. Like 108, 111, like, you know what I'm saying? It's still neighborhoods, but they blocks though, you know? So that's closer, they more closer to Inglewood than the 40s. And that's what I be tripping off of. Out of all the things you could use as lyrical, dissing hoods was how you made a drop, your bars. Like, come on, bro. It's more clever ways to diss a nigga hood than just to blatantly diss it. Like, bro.
I keep smokers. We're not the same. I do what I want. Coming out the city, as well as some of the Expo shit. But again, even Foley top members are involved in internal conflicts in this section. Now, Touche was on probation.
And Foley, that nigga family is the Hoovers. You could catch that. You could catch that boy mama riding around today, broski. Riding around today, and she like that. And everybody she mess with be from Hoover. And they all them old niggas in them old lowriders in them old car clubs and bike clubs. Facts. Today, his sister, she's a big girl. Like, if you seen her, I don't think it's too many girls that could stand up under her. She 300 plus. Broski. Facts.
This time of the robbery for vandalism and some bullshit like that. And since he couldn't shake that gang enhancement and he was the one that flashed the pistol, he got hit with 23 years straight. He's been down since 2010 and he ain't seen a lot of days since. He had 3 years for the robbery, 10-year gang enhancement, 10-year gun enhancement. He was also 21 at the time. He's 36 now. Like I said, he never got a chance to see a lot of days. And he was denied.
I never heard of Touche. Not from 40s.
And he's probably gonna be coming home soon, man. He's currently in Wasco right now. But Foley, on the other hand, he a rip.
Whoa, Wasco State Prison where I was at. A-Yard, that's GP. So what he's telling me today is Touche told on his homie as an informant on another case, along with trying to weasel out of this case with Foley. And with being an informant and it's on the paperwork, how is you at Wasco today? So he says on the main line. Don't they check paperwork? Wasco is a level 3. Now, if 4-Leaf is in High Desert, well, I was in Susanville. That's across. So, what are we talking about? Like, that's maximum 4. I'm right there at fire camp. I can literally, when we run to do our training to be firefighters, we can see High Desert. Like, right up the hill. Like nothing with the snow. You see the big old prison, and then behind that, it's a gang of snow. It take like 12 hours to get there on the bus from the county jail. Facts.
Got sentenced in 2011 to 21 years. But he seemingly was able to beat the gun enhancement since Touche was the one that had the pistol. He wasn't able to dodge the gang enhancement. But he ended up only serving 6 years from 2010 and got out March 2017. But when he got out with 2 strikes. And this is how we end up on August 6th, 2017.
I must stop. Bro, no matter how serious the crime, it is never a deal to take 2 strikes. That is the most bozoest deal you could ever try to make. Like, I don't know, I know what it is because everybody young, you know what I mean? And when you young, they take advantage of you not knowing the law. So with you not being able to, comprehend most of the damn words they saying in the courtroom anyway, because even me being in trial 4 times, man, I'll still be like, what'd he say? But what I learned is, with them technical words, you got to listen to the whole surrounding of the sentence or the paragraph. And you'll catch on if you bright. You'll catch on. Even though they use a technical term, you will be able to catch on, broski. But let's go.
Just 5 months after he was released from that situation he had with Touche, he meets a dude named Michael Coleman out of Redondo Beach.
I remember he pressed this dude too. It hit my Instagram.
Striking a deal with Michael Coleman for 50 pounds a week.
I think the homie was from like Grimm or something.
Want to buy the weed? They probably worked a little middleman deal out. But Coleman said, "All right, come with 70 racks." And Coleman must have really trusted this dude because he called Foley and said he had that. And Foley said him and his people was on their way. So when they got to Coleman's spot from Redondo Beach, and we will say, Foley did not implicate nobody in this case, man. He didn't tell on nobody. He stayed solid. But he pulled up in the S550, and 2 dudes, John Doe 1 and 2 and a female, pulled up in a white Denali. So Foley and the 2 dudes ended up going into Coleman's apartment with the plug in there, a dude named George Manor. And it said that
this dude can't have no good sense. You mean to tell me a 21-year-old big old Foley tell you he want to buy X amount of peas? You know he's a full-fledged member. And you still tell him where you live and then let the nigga pull up. Some accidents is ready to crash.
Coleman bought the trash bags out the back with the work. And at this point, the 2 dudes that came with Foley pulled out, and Coleman tried to run. They must have shot in the apartment and ended up gaffling Coleman up. Now, George Manor said he saw Foley pull a gun out. Coleman, he's already on the floor. He said he ain't seen Foley with a gun. And he said when the dudes pulled out, Foley sounded surprised. But George Manor wasn't going for it.
Cap.
He seen Foley pull a gun out.
Cap, he knew they was going to do it.
They ended up zip tying.
That's cap for the court. Knock it off.
He ended up catching first-degree burglary.
Them niggas was not trying to. Oh, I remember this too. Yeah, they was gonna get on with.
That next level of that kidnapping, that shit come with that elbow, man. With them zip ties, that shit's a very dangerous game.
Yeah, Sirski.
Way, man, like
that's
said,
kidnap. It's 25 to life. You take a person 3 feet, that's kidnap.
It said that Coleman had a fake shotgun. He got out the zip ties when they ran out the house and tried to come outside with the fake shotgun. But when he get outside, he didn't see these dudes, so he looked at the parking spot where Foley pulled up. He said they arguing over the peas outside. And Foley looked up and see Coleman got out his restraint.
Now, ain't that some ignorant N-words? How is y'all just hit the lick? Goofies tied them up, but they got out. This gotta be your first time. Then, after busting shots, tying people up, y'all in the front yard arguing about the trash bags of tree? Take the deal.
And he got on. But shit was all bad for Foley for being, man. He left his cell phone and his wallet on the coffee table.
Didn't I just say it's your first time? Who brings their cell phone and wallet to hit a lick? Gots to be more careful. 40 Crippin', y'all gotta enlighten y'all homies on how to hit that lick. Just like old boy from 40s that was crying maybe about a year ago. I forgot his name, but it's gonna come to me. Old boy was like, we gonna die. I'ma just go out busting. Hey. And then next thing you know, a couple months later, that nigga driving around with his baby mama and a kid in the car talking about, I ain't going back. Oh, fuck that. Yo girl in the back seat of the car talking about, let us out, let us out. Don't you care about your baby? I love y'all. Yeah, he from 40 Crip too. Check him out.
His house. So this is how shit has went left for Foley, and this is why everybody's heard so much about these county jail stories. Since 2010, he's only been out for 5 months. Pretty much his whole adult life has been in jail.
Yeah, he was on the 4,000 flow for sure. If somebody know where bro is from, let me know in the comments, cause I think he a blood. I think he a homie, so I don't know, but the way he was explaining himself, like, bro, if a nigga pressuring you like that in a cell, you might as well get the rocking and rolling, bro. What is you waiting on? You let him size you up and all type of stuff before he got beef for your taco, bro. If I see somebody pressing me like that, ask me about my homies and shit like that, and trying to corner me and like investigate me, Four Leaf ain't no dude to where he finna press you without knowing what he knowing. He gonna already know you and your homies did that, and if you didn't do it, your homies did that to his homie. That's why he pressing you like that. And one thing about Four Leaf, he like to get big man. He like to get his man. You know what I mean? He squabble anything moving, but he like to get the ones that say they like that. You know what I mean? I never ran across him. I know for sure he would have came through and he would have said what he said. I wouldn't even waited like old boy right here to get chin checked. No. As soon as you come up in there, I'll be like, what's your name again? Oh, I already know what's up. Like, I'm already going to be putting shit up. Like, I'm already going to be putting my shit up. Like, what are you talking about, bro? And you ain't the police, nigga. And you ain't my homie. So I ain't got to explain to you, nigga. I'm positive. You scared, bro.
This situation right here is what landed him his third strike. Like I said, he already had 2. This was his third one. They ended up getting him 26 years of.
So I guess we would call this what, like a battery? Like assault battery type charge? Like that's the only thing it could be, because to get a third strike, you had to break something on old boy. You know what I mean? You had to break something on old boy's face. And he told. So he better not be no gang member. It's his face.
He's currently in high desert right now, not eligible for parole until 2035. But something else we seen from him since he was behind them walls was a lawsuit against the jailhouse deputies, man. And this is just crazy because we've heard so much about his jail stories, his fights, the models that he's running.
On me, and I was dealing with his mom at that time. We used to chop it up all the time. She used to slide through, pick me up over there in 11/8 East Coasters. That's why I met her. And she'll just pick me up. I'll pull up in my car. She always want to drive her car, and we be smashing around. And I remember she was telling me about Foley supposed to be winning a big lawsuit, and they doing him bad. He always in high power now. He barely get to use the phone. He needed money. He needed money for people that was going to like pro per and stuff like that. He was paying people to do law work for him and stuff like that. So that's how he won. He had them little legal people up in there, and then his mom did the footwork on the street, and that's how he got his bread, though. That's a fact.
Everything that's going on, and he ended up filing a lawsuit for $450,000 against LA County for violation.
I don't know if he got that much. This is YouTube, but he did get some bread. He did get bread.
2007.
But he got time to do
he
so.
ended up getting gaffeled up August 24th, 2017 in Hickory County again. Now, with him spending so much time on that last stint in the county, a lot of people was for sure waiting for him to come back, man.
Oh, and quick note, Alibaba, the one that was doing all that treacherous stuff like Foley, shit, when he hit that prison yard, they bust him down. Like how he was doing niggas in the county. When he got out on that yard, boy, they bust on him so many times, bro. They got Alibaba up out of there, the boxer. Like, way worse than Foley. Way worse.
Literally, the deputies.
So I'm tripping how Foley, you know what I mean? He on a prison yard. He ain't even got touched. That's why I said Munchie B, like, you know what I mean? Munchie B messing with them politics with the politicianos, the Reggie Whites and all them. So it is not a problem for him to get information on you. You see what I'm saying? B team, right?
Waiting to get up on this dude when he got up in there. So it said that like a year later, after he went back in, between August 28th and August 29th, 2018, the deputies came up to him while he was in 4700 and ordered him to exit his cell because one of his homies had some food that they wanted to share with him. He said he was the only one to come out. And at that point, they took him over to 4800 where they said they had a cell open for him, and the cell was completely blacked out, all dark. They had ordered the lights to be turned off in that motherfucker. So when he get in the cell, he said there's two bloods in the cell with weapons. Man, these dudes produced their weapons on him, ended up poking and whooping on him. And this is what's alleged in the lawsuit. And they were seemingly trying to take Foley out. And I was saying,
I believe it. Because the deputies in there, they members too. The females, the dudes, oh yes, indeed. They got a lot of jailers, and I don't know what it is about LA County Jail, but them jailers in the green suits, they always like some Africans. Like they got like a Nigerian visa for them to be jailers. Like they black, they wear the S curls, like girls be with the fat booties and all that. Hair, like, you know what I mean, wearing that African hair that's like $7.99 wigs and stuff that your girl be like, hell no, that's synthetic, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, they up in there. And I remember Fila. Fila had a baby, a girl or a baby mama up in there. No, Yellowstone from BPS. He had a girl that was working up in there, and on my mama, because I used to fuck with what was his name? Ice. I know for sure I used to fuck with Lunch Meat from BPS, Naughty B, Lil Naughty B, Nutcase before he went all bad. And yeah, like, nigga, since she said my name, next thing you know, she bring me Everest gallons waters, pulling me out, made me porter, all type of shit. Knew I was bringing Pruno to different floors. Like, she worked that late night shift. It was the best one. Nigga, I be there to call niggas for court line type shit. And I was like 19, broski. Yellowstone. Yeah, from BPS. But yeah, it's a fact that they set people up. You know what I mean? Like, once one of their relatives or something get touched up in there, or somebody that's really official, man, they'll send word and like they gonna know how to get to whoopty whoopty woo because the main thing in there is be inconspicuous. If you know you got a homegirl working up in there, you don't make no scene. You tell the homies not to get at her like that. You gonna get at her and woo woo, and they already know what's going on. Only the busters gonna say stuff like you working with the police and stuff like that. Like the homies that really your homies, they gonna know what time it is. You know what I mean? Cause you already know you coming back with burritos and all. They know you ain't how you get a burrito. You know what I mean? Like where you get a burrito from? Where you go to Taco Mama's from? Where you get a cut in half Taco Mama's steak burrito? You feel me? So I believe that happened to 4Leaf, and that's how you can get paid. And that is part of the reason for the cameras and stuff in the county jail right now. So I'm going to end on that note, man. It's Say Less Moments TV. The gangs ain't where it's at. You see what happens to you get bust down. Your homies end up telling on you. Cooperating with the police. Get out. Do a lick with you. Now you possibly knew he was like that on paperwork, then you try to use him and what he had going on to help you get out of a case and beat that. Because at our age, they was doing that that gang injunction, especially when the bounty hunters was not letting the police up in there. That's when that gang injunction really hit hard. Bounty hunters, Nickerson Gardens wasn't letting the police in there for a long time. And all their homies was on the roofs and stuff like that. That's when they start moving all the bounty hunters about the Nickerson Gardens and shooting them to Palmdale and Lancaster. But yeah, so all that to say this, man, like I got a whole lot of stories, man. I just got to pick and point which way I'm going to bring it. But I'm one thing for sure and two things for certain. Say Less Moments TV is going to always give it to you how it is, raw and uncut. And like I said, I know a gang of these dudes, but the more I get to popping it, the more names that's going to pop up. But it's my era. It's not the young era. So I hope it bring out some of the OGs that's still out there looking like YGs these days, like me. You feel me? Even though we might be OGs, but some of us still look like the Ys. You know what I mean? We ain't YN, we just YGs. But Say Less Moments TV. Once again, Neptune the Goon. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Don't be just digging his face and his voice, like the whole lingo, and giving my whole vibe and personality. Man, you ain't got to send me $1, but just hit that like, comment, and most of all, subscribe. Say Less Moments TV, you be.